Mukbang. I'm not too sure that you can see me. Maybe if I stick my hand up, or that. Yeah, look, that does quite a bit, but you know, I don't care because it's like natural sunlight and it can't be bad. So I know, right, that because I'm transgender and because I got a lot of comments off of arseholes, well, my doctor seems to think they're arseholes. I'm confused because I think maybe they're just unaware that these fuckers think that the comments they make to me are the only comments I get that day. And the truth is, I get about 50 comments. Which is literally affecting my mental health because think how many triggers come from random comments. Literally being triggered more than I can handle. And it causes psychosis and massive emotional agony, anxiety. Oops. And I have post-traumatic stress disorder from being attacked in the magistrate's court for being transgender. I'm feeling the pain of death. And when they make these comments, I get post-traumatic stress disorder and I relive it a lot. And it ain't fucking pretty. You know, I swear some people think trans is just like a normal life, but it fucking isn't. But, on the bright side, Sarah said to me, you know, it makes you stronger. And my doctor was saying I needed thicker skin and I needed to tell them to fuck off, but I just get overwhelmed with the sheer amount of comments that I get. I can't tell everyone to fuck off. And on the internet, it says to be mindful in how you deal with abuse because you don't know what people are going through. I mean, fuck them. I'm clearly the one who's suffering here. I'm the one who's on fucking medication. So It's a whole grey area, really, isn't it? Anyway, I took clonazepam, and I know that if I'd had a go at these bastards, I wouldn't have needed to take that clonazepam. That's another thing she said, get a thicker skin and tell them to fuck off. And I can't believe, right, that I'm saying all this, I'm running through it, it's like logical, it makes sense, you know, etc., etc. And I get about 50 comments a day, and they're all mean. Well, say about 50% are mean. And it actually brings me into psychosis, which I'm taking fucking medication for. You know, they're actually making me take medication. And I just think it's amazing that when I've said all this, you know, it perfectly makes sense. It's a good story. It's coherent. You know, it's true. And I know it's true because I haven't choked as I've explained it. But there is another side to it, which is that being bullied makes a person stronger. But not only that, it allows the person who is bullied, after comment after comment after comment, there's enough information there to learn exactly where these people are coming from and what they mean, and to just be able to ignore it. But another thing that's relevant is I'm not in the mental state where I can learn from all these comments and learn where they're coming from, because my glutamate levels go sky high, my dopamine levels go sky high, and I'm in delusion, and in a delusional state of mind, I'm not able to be aware of where the space where these comments are coming from. So there's no healing there. So I'm confused. I want to be a really dope person, yeah. I don't want to be the kind of person who is mean, you know, who is closed-minded and mean and just tells people to fuck off when I hear something that might be a compliment, might be an insult, you know. But the key is, if I do say something back that is mean, it brings me more into an equilibrium where it brings down my glutamate levels, it brings down my dopamine levels, and I'm more in a balanced mental state to be able to understand the true place where these comments are coming from and to learn that they're not as bad as I think they are. And that's a bit of a dichotomy, because a bit of a contradiction, because the comments aren't meant to be mean, but the only way I'm going to realise they're not mean is by getting pissy and saying, look, could you just shut up? You know, and that will lower my dopamine levels, lower my glutamate levels to a point where I can think about what they said and understand that they didn't mean anything by it. And that seems like the healing path for me. And that's what this video is about. So I'm going to let you go, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope any trans girl who's going through this experience, you know, I hope it helps. I hope it gives you an insight into what's going on and how to cope with it, because it is, for me, a really, really hard thing to cope with. So I'll leave it with you. Have a good one. Goodbye.